The article I used was from the August edition of the 2014 Director magazine. I used David Penepent's article, Technology and Grieving, in which he uses Erickson and Bowlby's theories of life development as a way to explain why cremation is so often on the rise in our culture. Often in our culture, senior citizens were seen as opportunities for wisdom amongst the younger generation. They saw senior citizens as someone held high in society and someone to look to. Now, because the younger generation chooses social media to look for wisdom and to look for things that might show them the way to wisdom and to understanding, senior citizens' role in society has been devalued, and they have found themselves in a sense of despair and disgust at their life situation where once they had wisdom and integrity. He uses Erickson to outlay this. I found in my family that this kind of thing has often been played out in living color. My grandparents, who I'm very close to since they have passed, I've done some thinking. And looking at my mother and her family and my uncle and his family, my mother, who my father and mother and I really have rejected social media as a sense of intelligence and wisdom and still look to the older generation for such things in life, where my uncle and his family have done just the opposite and looked for social media and the internet and Google as a way to find wisdom, to find understanding, and to really engage in the culture that we're in today. My grandparents decided that they would take a trip to Spry Funeral Home to make their pre-arrangement conference, and I was along for that ride with my uncle, and I found my uncle trying to convince them on the way to be cremated. He felt like it would be a way for him and the whole family to experience their death in a way that wouldn't really trouble them. I found that it was just the opposite for me and my family, so I spoke up and said, I just can't imagine burning you up, Pawpaw, burning you up, Granny. And that seemed to hit home for them, and they saw that at least someone in their family valued them, valued where they were in life, and wanted to respect and honor them. Not that my uncle wanted to do that. I feel like he just wanted to stand away from death. Often, so much is done in society nowadays to try to stand away from death and not embrace it. This article is a way for us to understand where cremation and the funeral business is going, because people are choosing social media over traditional values.